Hey guys, here we go. So purple UI Goku's Zenkai was announced. Finally, we knew this was coming at some point. There's no way they were going to delay this for a longer period of time. It lines up too well with the theme being Universe Survival Saga and this guy being the oldest LF character to not have a Zenkai Awakening at this point. But Ultra Instinct Sign Goku's Zenkai Awakening is coming. Awaken to gain special cover change notification on special arts hit. As you guys know, this guy's special arts card, AoE green card, is honestly, it's still pretty good. I don't really think they needed to touch the green card at all, but looks like they're going to go ahead and give him a special cover change on hit for 5 counts. It's not the biggest deal ever. It's only 5 counts. It's not like Kid Buu. I think Kid Buu's is like 10, and Kid Buu's is on activation too, so it's annoying. But I don't like looking at what they talk about, because they also say unlock all uniques to inflict enemies with damage received up, etc. That doesn't, like, it's whatever. That doesn't really tell us anything. I'm going to talk about what I think this character needs in a second, but I think he needs more special cover change than just getting it for 5 counts on special arts hit. Like, he needs card draw speed in his kit. I think him maybe getting special cover change nullification on his main ability could be good. I think him getting it, after like 3 counts elapse could be good, because he gets, I think it's what, key and damage after 3 counts elapse upon entering the battlefield. Like, those effects can be really good for this character. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at his kit here. I'm going to give my thoughts on what I think he could be doing post Zenkai that would make him a lot more effective. And then also potential, candidates for his Zenkai ability as well. So let's go ahead and take a look at UI Goku here. I believe this is the first character with a unique age that is getting a Zenkai, I think, right? Because he was the first unique age character to come out. I mean, he is the oldest LF character to not have a Zenkai. So I think it went Goku, and then I think we didn't see another unique age until, I think it was Purple Cell, right? This UI Goku had a unique age, came out in November for Legends Festival. And then I think literally 11 or 10 months later was the next unique age that we saw with the Purple Cell. So it was a long time in between unique age characters. But yeah, let's go ahead and see real quick if we take a look at his kit here. I remember one of the biggest things about this guy's main ability is it canceled enemy attribute upgrades. And the reason why that was so important when this guy was actually one of the best units in the game was because this was still when Red Gohan was just running amok. And as the last man standing, you can just press this main ability and delete all of the Gohan's buffs. And at that point, he wasn't really that scary anymore. That's why that was really good. But at this point, this main ability is not that good. I mean, it gives you the ultimate, gives you 40 ki, 30% HP, cancels enemy attribute upgrades. I would expect them to add buff effects to this as well at this point, deleting buff effects and attribute upgrades. And then maybe it just draws a card or something. There has to be some additional effect on this, because this by itself I don't think is good enough. Maybe it draws you a card. Maybe it draws you a green card. Maybe it's a special, thing. Drawing a green card actually would be really strong because of the fact that this guy's green card is an AoE green card. If you find yourself in a situation where you vanish somebody's tackle or something and you have this, you could just draw a green card and get a guaranteed combo started. So yeah, that could be powerful, but we'll see. So this character has I guess a similar thing to what LF Kid Buu has, where he gets ki after a certain amount of timer counts have elapsed. So 3 counts, he gets 30 ki, and then 8 counts, he gets 30 ki, and then each of those gives him damage as well, 20% and then 30%. The biggest problem with this character, if you take a look at his entire kit, the biggest problem by far, and I'm actually kind of worried about this because I don't know how much they're going to add to his kit, but the biggest problem is this. This is all of his damage reduction. It's 20%. He has 20% damage reduction. That is it. There are, I don't think there's any other places where he's getting reduced damage received. When he has a universal cover change that can't be comboed into a blue card. Of course, he has the dodging gauge. I mean, this is the main reason why the dodging gauge is the main reason why they only gave him 20%. I think is because this is the first character that had the dodge mechanic, and I think they were a little bit worried about how abusive it would get. And then of course we saw with the red UI Goku how they just completely upped his reduced damage. I think that Goku he has 50 or 60%, right? And then he has additional reduced damage received upon entry. So they kind of realized that, you know, even though these characters have dodge mechanics, they don't need to get completely gimped defensively. So this is like not good enough, obviously. I'm a little bit nervous about how they're going to like give him more damage reduction, because I don't want them to just like give him a new new unique ability and it's like only focus on defense, because this is not a defensive character. Like, I don't want them to focus on defense that much for this character. This character's main defense is coming from his dodge, but this is just way too low. Like, if this character gets caught in a sidestep, even type advantage over Rose, and Rose just like chucks a blue card, this character's like at like a third HP left. Like, that's how made of paper this unit is. So I don't want them to go like super mega overboard with like giving him tons of damage reduction as like the unique abilities, but he definitely needs way more than this, because again, this is an offensive character first and foremost, but you can't be running around with this little amount of damage reduction, even with the dodge mechanic. You can't. Okay. Yeah, and then talks about the unique age. So, I mean, honestly, when you look at this character, you definitely notice how old he is at this point, right? Because pretty much the only thing he has going for him is he has damage, he has decent key recovery, cost reduction. He gets this from being switched in for a certain amount of times. He has a cover change and then a dodge mechanic, and that's it. That's literally this whole character. He has extra damage inflicted against Fusion Warriors. I've actually seen some people confused as to why he gets extra damage to Fusion Warriors. I would suggest that if you're somebody that's confused about this, you go back and rewatch the Tournament of Power. Obviously, this is a reference to Kefla. This is like, this UI Goku right here is not from the first fight with Jiren. The fact that he has this, and the fact that, well, no, it's pretty much the fact that he has the fusion. Like, this is, I mean, I guess you could kind of say it's both, right? You can kind of say it's from the first fight against Jiren and it's from this. But his LF is the attack he used against Kefla. This is from his fight against Kefla too, right? The fact that he's extra Fusion Warrior damage. I mean, this technically, if you had to pick one version of Ultra Instinct Sign Goku, this was like, which fight was this from? This is from his second fight against Kefla. The first fight UI Goku is the one that we just got, the revival one. That's the Goku from the first fight against Jiren. This is the Kefla fight UI Goku. I guess in terms of what else he needs, he definitely needs to have some kind of cover null. I don't know what that would be. Maybe if they're going to put it on main ability, that might be what they do. They might just slap cover null on here, on the main, because again, it definitely needs one more instance of something. It needs one more effect on the main ability, I think, to make it good enough. They could give it like here. Like, maybe this guy doesn't have cover null on switch in, but after 3 counts, maybe he grabs like 10 counts of cover null or something. That could be interesting. So you won't have it immediately upon switch in. I guess that kind of gives it away though, because like if you switch into this character, like the enemy obviously knows that instantly you don't have cover nullifications. They can switch out when they see that you switched. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. He does have card draw speed, but it's tied to his green card. Applies the following effects self on hit. So this has to hit. I mean, it's not that big of a deal that it has to hit because it's an AoE green card, and if you miss, you're screwed anyway. Heals by 10%, gets 40 key, 20% damage, and then he gets card draw speed for 15 counts. I would really prefer if they didn't put cover null on this. Like, we already know how annoying that is via Kid Buu, and I'd rather they just not, like, you know, duplicate that onto this character and make this character super duper annoying. But I mean, I think tying this card draw speed as well to the green card is probably not good enough anymore. Okay, so the nightmare situation for this character, I think, is they give this character the Evolution Blue Vegeta treatment, which I've been talking about literally since his details dropped, and lo and behold, it became true. Like, getting card draw speed locked behind, what is it, like 40 counts or something? Let me just check. What is his card draw speed locked behind? It's some absurd number, like some obscene amount of timer counts. Where it's gonna, I don't know, let me go LF only. There he is. Where is his kind of like flip the switch here. Yeah, Zenkai, there we go. All right, let's see. Where does he get card draw speed? 50 counts. The match is pretty much over by the time you get to 50 counts in a lot of fights. So yeah, the nightmare scenario for this UI Goku is if he got this treatment where he gets card draw speed, but it's after 50 counts. Like, please don't do that. It's so bad. I would prefer if they just... Honestly, he doesn't need, like, you know, just unconditional permanent card draw speed. They could just give him card draw speed for, like, 8 counts on switch in. Honestly, I'd be okay with that. There'd be a lot of instances where that doesn't get used too often, because a lot of times you're switching into this Goku defensively. Like, if you dodge an enemy's blast, you can switch into UI Goku and, like, sort of use him as a defensive tool to not instantly get countered. Make use of his dodging mechanic. In that instance, you probably aren't going to be making use of his card draw speed if it was only for like 8 counts upon switch in. But I think it's fine to not have to be able to make use of it every single time you switch in. As long as you have the option of being able to use it, I'd be okay with that. Like 8 counts on switching gets card draw speed. Then you also have the additional level 2 card draw speed potential from the green card here. Maybe he gets cover null on his main ability. Like that's sort of where I think LF Zenkai characters are at this point. Like, they have their uses, but they're not like toppling the best units in the game. They're not matching up to like the Ultras or the brand new LF units. So that is where I think this character can do really well. In terms of defense, again, I don't think they need to go like super balls to the wall in terms of giving him like tons of extra reduced damage received, or they don't even need to give him like disruption or anything like that. Because again, this is first and foremost a damage unit, and then after that comes the defense. But he needs something more than this. So like, I can imagine them coming up with like a third unique ability where it's like, oh, you know, he gets like, I don't know, 20% extra damage reduction, and then maybe he destroys a card on switch or something, and that's it. Like that's probably all he needs on top of the stat boosts and stuff like that. So that's really, I guess, what I'm looking for most in this guy's kit. One other thing as well is I don't think he doesn't have blast armor on the blue card, which is definitely something that he needs at this point, right? A melee based blue card not having blast armor on an LF character, nah. we got to get that on this unit, or this card here. Other than that, this blue card actually is still really good though. 25% special move damage, and it has massive damage, and it's giving you 50% of your unique gauge for 50% on hit. I guess another route they can go down for this character is giving him access to refill his gauge, like when he's switched in. The only reason why I don't want to go too hard with that is because it could make this, like, it can make teams with like multiple UI Gokus really annoying. So I mean, I guess what they could do is like maybe, I don't know, maybe this, right? 8 counts elapse after switch in. Maybe this gives him like, I don't know, 35% of his gauge back or something, right? I don't know if they want to go down the path of giving his green card gauge restoration. I don't know if they want to go down the path of giving his main ability gauge restoration. That is what like the revival UI Goku has. So I just don't even want to think about a team that has like 3 UI Gokus that are all like restoring their gauges in different ways. Like, it just makes it really annoying. But like, you know, not, you know, press card and get gauge, I think is fine. Like, again, 8 counts elapsed, you get a portion of your gauge back. I'd be okay with that because it's not something that you can directly control whenever you want. Now, about his Zenkai ability. So, honestly, they really can't mess this up too badly, right? There's only really 3 options. You have Universe Reps, you have God Key, or you have Saiyan. If you go to his 14-star Zenkai ability, Universe Survival Saga, because obviously this character was created back before Universe Reps existed, so he doesn't have a Universe Rep buffing in his... But I mean, it's fine, right? He's... The only major character that is a part of Universe Reps that is not going to receive the buff from this character is like Ultra Hit, but does it really matter? You can just put him in the leader slot at that point. God Key and Saiyan, blast, attack, and defense. Now, unfortunately, the Universe Reps team mostly is strike-based. Goku and Frieza are strike-based. I guess Jiren, you could kind of go either way if you wanted to, but Jiren technically is more strike-based. Ultra Hit is strike-based. I would say Koei is more strike-based. Cass are all strike-based. Like, you look at the Universe Reps team and pretty much all the best characters are strike-based. The only one that's not is Blue 17, but Blue 17 is doing so many of the things that it doesn't really matter. Like, you also could build Blue 17 to be strike-based if you wanted to, and it still would work fairly well. But yeah, I would have preferred if this guy was a strike attack and defensive buffer instead of blast attack, which is a bit strange because, first of all, this guy actually, I don't know if it doesn't list it here, but this guy actually is a ranged type character. That's his classification. This guy's classified as a range type. But then he has higher strike attack Like, it's weird. He has higher strike attack, but he's a range type, and then he's also buffing blast attack and defense. Like, it was weird. I don't know why they did that. But yeah, in terms of his Zenkai ability, it's either going to be purple universe reps, purple god key, or purple Saiyan. That's it. Like those are your options there. Clearly the best option would be purple Saiyan. I think everybody could agree on that. Purple god key would also be really, really good. Purple universe reps would not be the greatest, but it wouldn't like suck. Like, it wouldn't be terrible. Typically when it comes to LF Zenkai characters, they tend to give, you know, them the better Zenkai abilities to make them age a little bit better than other regular Zenkai characters. So I think we're most likely looking at a purple god key or a purple Saiyan Zenkai ability for this character. If I had to guess, I would say purple god key, but I don't know. Like, it could be either one. It doesn't matter. Take a look at the characters here. Oh, I thought I had the list pulled up here. If we go over to characters, let's go to purple. Just pull up every single purple character. So, like, if he's purple Saiyan, or let's just say Saiyan, right? Gogeta, we got Broly, we got Goku and Frieza. We got, this is not in like a crazy order here. Those are like, I guess those are the only like notable ones at this point, huh? Just Gogeta and like Goku and Frieza. Yeah, purple's kind of in the dumps now. I mean, but Goku and Frieza are about to get buffed to like hell. Like, they're about to just be an insane character. You guys know how good Gogeta Blue is. Universe reps. I mean, the only purple universe reps character really is Goku and Frieza, right? I don't really know if I'd use another purple universe reps unit right now. And then God Key. So we have Gogeta Blue, of course. That's the main one. These guys eventually, I think, will get a unique equipment. Rose is actually still pretty good, I think. Those are the main. I mean, again, purple God Key or purple Saiyan, I would really think those are the ones. But literally, no matter what is picked here, he's going to be Zenkai buffing Goku and Frieza. That's the main point behind this, right? Him Zenkai buffing Goku and Frieza. No matter what tag they pick for his Zenkai ability, he's going to be buffing them. And he's also going to be Z ability buffing them. So he's going to be double buffing them with his Z ability and Zenkai ability. So I really don't think they can make a wrong choice here. If they go down the path of doing purple universe reps, it would be the worst out of these three options, but it's still not bad because you're still fulfilling the objective of Zenkai buffing Goku and Frieza, which is, I think, what the purpose of this is. So that's pretty much what we're looking at here for the UI Goku. This is a really good ult, by the way. This still hits really hard, honestly. Supreme damage, 50% damage, and you get a 100%. You just completely 100% ignore the enemy sustained damage cut and endurance ult. Like, this is an ultimate effect that you would expect to get on a character like today. That's how good this is. So I do not expect them to change this at all. This is probably going to remain exactly how it is. But this needs to get blast armor. I think they could add like one more thing to this, but I think it's fine as it is. They don't really need to touch this. This is already a really powerful green card effect. I'm looking for God Key or Saiyan for the Zenkai ability on this guy, purple God Key or purple Saiyans. And I think, again, all the points I mentioned earlier about his unique abilities, maybe give him some kind of conditional card draw speed, but not like super restricted like Evolution Blue Vegeta. Give him some kind of conditional cover nullification, either on main ability or, you know, tied to like the 3 council lapse when he switches in. Giving him some kind of gauge recovery as well, whether it's just after 8 council lapse or whatever it is. Again, conditional, I think, could be a way to make this character a lot more attractive and, you know, up to speed with a lot of the other modern units. So let me know down below what you guys think. Are you guys excited for the Zenkai UI Goku? Finally, feels like it's been forever, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I'll see you all in the next one.